So sometimes the question here is, sometimes we see that a pure devotees, sometimes they keep on singing these songs like this, Hari Hari, Bifale Janama Goinainu, Gonainu. Manusya Janam Paya Radha Krishna na Bhajiya, Janiya Shuniya Vishay Khainu. So you might think, now you may say that why does a pure devotee, when he's chanting something like this, like he's behaving like as if he's a very sinful person and he has never worshipped the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or he's unable to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he's not able to do bhajiya, and he's saying like that. So the question would be asked that is he lying? Is a pure devotee like this, can he lie? Because he definitely knows that he's worshipping the Lord. So why would is it that a pure devotee is lying to us when he's saying that, ki I am going to be, he says, he expresses such feelings. Now we know that, he is actually taking the role of a devotee and that's why he is doing that. But of course, but that doesn't answer the question. He may be taking the role of a devotee, and we definitely know that this is the instruction for us. We have to be in that mood. We know that. Definitely we know that. But the question is, still it is unanswered, whether a pure devotee, how can he knowingly lie? Or how can he, when he knows that, when he knows that he's a pure devotee, why is he saying, I am the most fallen, most sinful, or something like, I am worse than Jagai and Madai, when Rupa Goswami is saying, like, I am worse than Jagai. So is that a lie? Because they definitely are, do they know that we are devotees of Krishna? Then why they're saying that I have never done bhajan for Krishna, Radha Krishna? Is that a lie? Can a devotee lie? That is the first question. Does a devotee lie? A pure devotee lie? Or why would he lie if he is lying? That's the first question. And the second thing that we can think is, because the words of an acharya can never be untrue. Okay. Now we know that Krishna says, Arjuna pratijani name bhakte pranashyati. He says that to Arjuna, you declare, because if I declare, the acharya says that sometimes people may not trust Krishna, but a devotee's words can never go wrong. Even the feelings of Yudhishthir Maharaj, if a thought has come in the heart of Yudhishthir Maharaj, he says, just because the thought has come, it is the truth. So similarly, we know very well that the Acharya's words can never be false in one sense. So otherwise then the whole scriptures can be misinterpreted. People may say, Tranadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Such, that is the bhava of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He's just in a bhava and he's saying that it has no real meaning. It has no real, because ultimately Bhagavatam is fulfilled of prayers of Dhruva Maharaj, prayers of Kunti Devi, prayers of Draupadi, prayers of Gajendra. All of them are doing in bhavna, in bhav. They are out of great bhav, they are doing it. So you may say that, how much truth is there in their prayers? Because ultimately, if Narottam Das Thakur can sing Hari Hari Vifale Janam Gogain, which is a lie, which may not be true. So how can the Acharyas, when they are singing in the Bhagavatam and everything, how can that be considered as truth? That may also be bhavna. So that people may consider that just because of bhavna, certain things may be said in the scriptures. So let us try to understand it. It's really tough to understand this, but let's just try to understand this. Number one allegation is that, are they lying? Definitely they are not lying. How do we understand this? We all know that everybody is in Maya. Everybody is in Maya and illusion. And what is that illusion? There are two types of illusions. One is known as Yoga Maya of the Lord Krishna, and another is known as Mahamaya. In the Mahamaya, we people, people who are like completely fallen souls, we feel that we are great people. We think that we are faultless. We are, because of a false ego, we think we are faultless. Although we are full of faults, full of problems, we keep on thinking that we don't have any faults. Why? Actually, we really sincerely feel a person who has a false ego, he doesn't act, he doesn't think that, he really doesn't know that, he's so much full of faults. Because he actually feels that I'm a great person. It's not that he's lying. He actually feels that he's a very great person. He's the Lord of the universe. That's what the spirit soul feels. So why does he feel that? Because under the influence of Mahamaya, because of Mahamaya, he's truly feeling that which is not there. So he is feeling that he's great, whereas he's full of faults. So we have to understand, nobody can be out of Maya. Either you have to be in Yoga Maya or Mahamaya. Even Krishna is inside Yoga Maya. In the complete understanding of the Golok Vrindavan, Yoga Maya is completely covering the Brahman. So you have to understand that even Krishna is playing his game and is enjoying ecstasy under the Yoga Maya and Ladini Shakti of the Lord. Basically, the Samvit and the Ladini Shakti of the Lord. So the Yoga Maya potency of the Lord, he covers the pure devotees. So that is why they're not lying when they're saying that Hari Hari Bifale Janama Goinanu. They're not lying. It is the yoga maya which is making them feel that they are really sinful, that they're really, are doing all these things and everything and all those things. So they are truly speaking out their hearts. It's not that they are trying to, just give us instructions. So they are lying. They already know that we are not fallen, and they know it's natural outflow of the heart, because yoga maya is making them feel like that. So that is one answer why that they are definitely not lying, and that they are actually feeling that what they are saying. Next question is, how can, when the devotees, any word that has come out of the mouth of a devotee, how can it be untrue? It cannot be untrue. Because if it has come from the mouth of an acharya, from the mouth of a pure devotee, Krishna has to fulfill it. It is Shastra. It is as good as Shastra, because when you see Shastras, it is nothing but the words of pure devotee. What is Bhagavatam, Shastra? It is nothing but the words of pure devotees like Gajendra, like Dhruva, like all these people are pramanas. What is the Shruti mantras of the Vedas? It is nothing but the realization. Tene Brahma Hridaya. It is the realization of Brahma, which has been put, the realization has been put from the heart. Just like Prabhupada's books, what are they? That is also Tene Prabhupada Hridaya. Just like Brahma's Hridaya, Vedas were put by Lord Krishna, and it was a realization of Brahma, from his heart of Brahma. In the same way, Prabhupada's books are also come from the heart of Prabhupada. So Prabhupada's books are as good as Shrutis. Every word that Prabhupada has spread. So if a pure devotee, if he speaks, and if his words are so perfect and so faultless, they don't have the fault, they are porosya, because they have been revealed in the heart of a pure devotee, the devotional ecstasies revealed by Krishna himself. How can, even when they are chanting under Yogamaya's influence, they cannot be actually wrong in one sense? So there must be higher understanding. So what we can understand is that, of course, I'm not an expert in this, but what I can, I can just lay down the principles, but I don't know how to really, a Sanskrit scholar may have to do this. But Yogamaya, when she makes anybody speak in relation to the Lord, the Yogamaya makes sure that the truth is there. I mean, but the truth is in a different way. So it's an illusion. It is made in such a way that the truth is always there, but it's a different way of understanding the truth. For example, when the demons are blaspheming Lord Krishna, when demons are blaspheming Lord Krishna, the Yogamaya or Saraswati, which is, of course, she is also an expansion of the Samvit energy only. So Yogamaya is also, so Yogamaya energy and the Saraswati energy, they make such the word such that they are glorifying. They say, hey, you don't have any guna. When the demons say you don't have any guna, so they say that, no, yeah, Lord is nirguna. He doesn't have any guna. So the way they are speaking the truth, they don't speak the untruth. Although what they are saying is something else, but what the meaning that comes out is also the truth. There is another higher truth in that. The lower truth is there is higher truth in that. Just like, so in the same way, when Krishna was trying to belittle himself, deride himself in front of Rukmani, he was saying, I'm not a king, I don't have any quality, I didn't even love you, I didn't have that, I don't have anything, I don't own the kingdom, I have nothing, I have no riches, I'm a scared person, I'm a ranachor. So then Rukmani counters each and every word of Krishna by giving a higher meaning. She doesn't say that you are all saying lies. She doesn't say that. What she does is she changes the words' meanings, and she, being one of the potencies of Lord Krishna, she gives the right meaning to the words, what she is saying. So in the same way, probably a very good, when you understand that the acharyas, when they sing, there are, just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he comes, there are two ways. One is the higher thing. He's continuously relishing Radharani's love, Mahabhav. And the second thing, externally, he's giving us instructions also to come back to Godhead. So the external part of the bhav of a great Vaishnava sometimes is for our instruction, but the internal bhav that what they are singing is also maybe there, which may be truth, which the Lord is also enjoying that truth. And there may be, so just like, for example, when Narottam Das Thakur is singing, now I am not a scholar in this, so somebody may probably have to, just like Jiva Goswami is there or somebody is there, then that person may be able to really get the truth out of it, because a conditioned soul like me cannot get the truth out of these statements, but the principle is there. Like Hari Hari Bifale Janam Goinanu. This could be something like Narottam Das Thakur, he is lamenting that, maybe in his great ecstasy, he's seeing the Lord Krishna and Radharani in ecstasy, and then the Lord disappears from his ecstasy. So in that way also, this prayer can be absolute truth. It can be understood. Okay? He's saying that I am not able to worship because of the great ecstasies that he's feeling. Like his body is trembling, his hairs are standing on end. He's like falling on the ground and shaking like a leaf. How can he worship Lord? He cannot worship the Lord in that state. So he says, I am not able to worship. I am not able to take your names, my Lord. Radha Krishna na bhaji. I am not able to take your names because of this state. And because I am not able to take, you are leaving, I am feeling the separation from you. It's like Visha. The separation from the Lord is also Visha. So I am saying that, so the truth is there. The truth is definitely there. So you have to understand the truth in a totally different way. Because the acharyas cannot be false. There cannot be any chance that what they are saying, once it has come out of the mouth of an acharya, it can never be false. So in the same way, when Rupa Goswami is saying, oh my Lord, Jagai Madai, you have given so much mercy. So what they are focusing, externally of course, we know that it's the humility of them. The Yogamaya is making them feel in such a way. They are much greater than Jagai Madai. But what principle they are saying, because the principle cannot be wrong. What principle is saying, oh my Lord, you chastise Jagai Madai. You were able to chastise him, but I have not got the chastisement. That rasa has not been exchanged with me, which you exchanged with even Jagai Madai. So that is the truth. Because with Jagadanand Pandit, Lord Krishna was able to chastise Jagadanand Pandit. And Sanatana Goswami is feeling, I am not getting the chastisement. You don't love me, my Lord. So in the same way, maybe Rupa Goswami exactly is feeling the same way, that I am worse than Jagai Madai, because you have somehow, even for those demons, you have given that kind of mercy. It's a special mercy that you have given them. So definitely they are not as elevated as Rupa Goswami. We all know that. But at the same time, they did get the mercy. So that truth is still there. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did give the mercy, and in some ways they did some kind of activity. So that activity he is glorifying. He said, you never served any Muslim king. We had to serve the Muslim king. You people never served the Muslim king. So Prabhupada says that being Brahmanas, they never served that. So that one point was there. So that truth may be there in the statement. Although overall statement, impression we get is that they are more fallen than Jagai Madai. No, the overall statement only means that this particular truths are being highlighted. That they didn't do this, they got this mercy of Krishna. So that part, they are highlighting that part. So which is the truth. So the statements are not false when they are saying a particular mercy. So you give them more mercy, my Lord. It says you killed them personally with your hand, my Lord. I have not touched something like that when a devotee says like that. So that mercy is truth. That is a truth that the Lord did, but not out of love. He did it because of some kind of thing. But then they did get that mercy in some way. So, and Rupa Goswami feels he didn't get that mercy. He didn't get the chastisement of the Lord in that mercy. So that way, so that truth may be there. So that truth is not false. So what they're saying, the truth. But of course, they are not fallen like Jagai Madai. That we have to understand. They are pure devotees of Lord Krishna, much more elevated than Jagai Madai. So probably a very great personality can find out all the bhajans, and they can probably understand the real meaning of, not real meaning. The real meaning is what we should understand from bhajans, that we should, this is for us only, actually, all these bhajans. So the real meaning is this only, Hari Hari Bifale Janam, we have not chanted the holy name. That is the real meaning. But just to understand the contradiction, that the pure devotees will never, ever, their words can never be untrue, plus they can never lie. So one thing is, they can never lie because they are truly feeling that under the influence of Yogamaya. Yogamaya is making them feel that. So they are not lying. That's a natural feeling. Second thing, Yogamaya is also making sure that their words never go in vain. So every word that they have stated also has a higher meaning, a deeper meaning of understanding. And when we understand the deeper meanings, only a scholar or a great devotee can do that. I can't do that. But at that deeper meaning, all the words of the acharyas also have a different kind of meaning from the meaning that we are trying to understand. Like I'm so fallen, I'm full of sin. So basically, that whole thing also has a different meaning. Like what they're saying, what kind of thing it is. When they're saying sin, so what is exactly sin? Though sometimes they say kama, for pure love of God. They say kama, they call it. And they call it sin, but then actually that refers to when Mandara, when Krishna, he says in the Jayadev Goswami song, we know that the Mandara is Govardhan actually. So the reference is like that. So everything has a counterpart. So the way we have to understand this Acharya's pure teachings is that there is higher way to understand these songs of the Acharyas also. Which will make sure that these songs are not misinterpreted. It means the songs are true. Whatever words come from the mouths of Acharya is true. It is not false. But for us, this is the best thing. Like for a sadhaka, this is how we are supposed to understand it. And this is how we are supposed to get into the mood. We are not supposed to go into the deeper, different kind of mood, because that is not for us, basically. This is for us, what it is. We have to understand that they're taking our role. Yeah. But at the same time, what they speak is also truth. There cannot be untruth in that. They are truth, but in the higher truths, not this truth, what we are seeing. That is for us. So there is a higher truth also in the same prayer of Gajendra, in the same prayer of Narottam Das Thakur. So that higher truth that is there, that is from the perspective of absolute truth. That whatever statement comes from their mouth cannot be untrue. That is also there actually. So all this, if we sit and try to understand, we can easily understand that there are so many different ways in which we can understand this thing. And then the truth is always there. They never lie. There is no lie in their statements of an acharya, or the statements of an acharya is always correct. It is 100% right. And when you get to that level, you can sing the same song and then you can say Manushya Janama Paya, but you are a pure devotee, you will also start feeling the same thing, what the Acharya is feeling actually. That, I am feeling separation from Krishna, and because of the separation, I am not able to do worship of the Lord. I am na bhajiya. I am not able to, just like we know the example of Raghunath Das Goswami. He was so old that he was not able to do Govardhan Parikrama. I am not able to do bhajan of my Lord. Manushya Janama Paya. I am not able to do that. And Janiya Shunya, because of the separation, that Visha, I am able, so that way. But we may think that he is not doing any bhajan at all. That is not the case. Just like Haridas Thakur says, I am not able to do my rounds. I am not able to do my vows. But what is those vows? Those vows are 3 lakh names. Whereas our vows is what? So the point is, he is saying the truth. It's not lying. He's not lying. When he's saying, I'm not able to do bhajana. When I'm not able to, I'm drinking Visha. He's true. When he's saying, I'm totally, so all these statements have, when you understand it from the absolute perspective, you'll understand that those statements are true, but from a much higher perspective, not like what we are thinking. When we say, I'm not doing bhajana, means I'm not doing any chanting. That's what, not even 16 rounds. That is what our definition of bhajana is. So from sadhaka's perspective, you have to understand this. So for their perspective, it's totally different. And the same thing is applying. That is also truth. For every single word that the Acharya says is also truth. You cannot say disregard, saying that the Acharya is only bhav is saying out of bhav. It is not the truth. It is false. No, there is no falsity in their words. Every word of an Acharya, once it comes from the mouth of an Acharya, it is true at a higher level. That's all. Just like Bhagavatam can never be false. Never. Therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam is never, we never say that, when a demon has chastising Krishna, we never say that is false. We never say that. Because then Bhagavatam will become false if they say that. Then what we say is, no, there is a higher truth to it. So when the demon is chastising Krishna, what he is saying is, he is glorifying Krishna actually. He is not chastising, he is glorifying Krishna. The same words can be used to glorify Krishna also. So that's why Bhagavatam is not false. Bhagavatam is true. But at the same time, the meaning is different. When we understand that. So that's why otherwise we'll say that half the Bhagavatam is false, because demons are speaking in so many parts of the Bhagavatam. So when they say Krishna is like this, Krishna is like that, that is all false. So don't accept that part of the Bhagavatam. That is like Kutanyaya. You can only accept the head of the chicken. Bhagavatam, I will not accept this part of the prayer of demons, I will not accept at all. Or the chastisement of demons, I will not. We can't say that. Then we'll get confused. What is true, what is false, what is. So everything is right, but in a different way you have to. So Acharyas give interpretation. How the demons are glorifying Krishna. They are not, we cannot reject that statement, but they are glorifications of Krishna himself. Every single bad word that the demon is giving is a glorification of Krishna. So similar way, every single word like Krishna told to Rukmani that I am false, it is actually glorification. He was not actually, Krishna can never be wrong. It is always glorification for Krishna. In the same way, when Acharya is saying all these things about himself, he's just like Krishna is degrading himself in front of Rukmani, the Acharyas are degrading themselves in front of us. But that doesn't mean that the Acharyas are degrading themselves in front of us. That doesn't mean that, either we reject the statements. Rukmani didn't reject Krishna's statement. Neither is the Krishna statement false, or neither is it true also. We have to have a different meaning for that. That's all. So Acharyas, when they're saying they're degrading themselves, just like Krishna is degrading himself in front of Rukmani Krishna Samvada, in the same way, we have to interpret the Acharya's prayers in a way in which there is a higher meaning for all these prayers. There are 2 levels on which these things are going. One is the purely transcendental level, and one is the level for which sadhakas we can understand these things. So we understand it through sadhaka only, but we have to keep in mind that we should not reject the teachings of any Acharya saying it's a bhavana or it's some kind of a feeling or it's some kind of thing. So it's absolute truth. So don't reject that statements of any Acharyas. They're all absolute truth. Every single word of Srila Prabhupada is Shastra. It's Shruti. It's as good as the Vedas. In the first canto it's mentioned that when the ladies on top of that rooftop, when they're talking about Krishna, these people were ordinary ladies. But they say that their words were more pleasing than the words of the Vedas. That's what Sukadeva Goswami says, the greatest Vedantist of all times. He's saying that I feel the Vedas, they are better than Vedas. So ordinary devotees are glorifying when Krishna is leaving from Dwarka, when Yudhishthira Maharaj is leaving, at that time some ladies are glorifying, and that single, because that statement is done in Srimad Bhagavatam, and they're simple statements, they are as good as the statements of the Vedas themselves. So you cannot underestimate them. You cannot say they are out of feelings, of a womanly feeling, so it's just like normal thing. It's not like that. Every single feeling is the right feeling actually. So we just have to understand it at 2 different levels. So that's the whole point.